Could it be that the simple daisy is not that simple after all? I'm talking about the Oxeye Daisy, I guess it's called officially, but it's the white daisy with the yellow center that when you say the word daisy, that's what you think of right away, is that beautiful summer simple daisy. I've made many varieties of daisies, but I've never made the simple white daisy with the yellow center, and that's what we're going to do today. So grab your supplies, grab your creativity, because we're about to ignite it. Let's get started.
So I'm starting out with 3 sheets of white tissue, and I'm adding Mod Podge matte glue and some water. If you want the recipe exactly, message me in the comments and I'll send it to you. So I'm just spreading this onto the tissue paper to bind it. Then I cover it up with parchment paper. It's good to use a rolling pin to get out the excess water. Now for my second sheet of paper, I added a little more yellow. I use the star shape so that my paper doesn't shift. Covering it up again with parchment. Now my third sheet, I added even more yellow, so I almost ended up with a butter color. And for the leaves, I used 4 sheets of tissue and put the wires between the second and third layers. Cover everything up with parchment and then add another box. I use my diamond leaves. I always add a little joy. And then I pile on as much weight as I can. And then in 72 hours, magic.
You're never sure how it's going to come out. So it's always a little finger crossing. Sometimes it's like, oh, happy surprise. Sometimes it's, oh, I wish that turned out better. So I will say for 4 layers of tissue paper, all the weight, you can see how thin. It's really a very thin piece of paper when you're done with your wire already inside. So now we're just going to cut them, shape them, treat them, and they're going to look great when you're done. So now this is the actual daisy paper. So you always want to try to loosen your edges first. And I do that by picking a corner and then going along the edge with my fingers. If the edge rips, that's okay. We're cutting this into strips. Once you can do that, you can literally then just pull up like a sticker almost. I wouldn't use a lot of force. And I would make sure your side edges are also free. So this is our first sheet of daisy paper. We're gonna cut it into strips. We're gonna treat it, and I think it's gonna come out great. I just want to show you the 3 different shades of paper that came out. So we'll make daisies in all 3 of these shades. For my daisy centers, I did start with just some white crepe paper. I used the very fine crepe paper, and I cut 1.5-inch strips, and then I dyed it yellow because I wanted some texture to the center, not just it being a flat color, but that's all depending on how much time you have. So if you want to use just yellow crepe paper to start, that's great. I'm also going to use some markers at the end just to add extra special little tips to the fringe. So I'm starting with a 16-inch strip, and the first thing that we want to do is fold it in half, because for this center, we're actually going to cut on the folded edge of crepe paper. So you almost want to stretch it and match the edge and then kind of make a crease in it. My paper came out a little bit lighter than I wanted. I don't mind the variation, but I might add some more with marker. So once you have it folded horizontally in half, you're going to start to fold it in half, again in half, until it's a manageable piece to cut. And you want to make sure your folded edge is level and on top. And then I just use a craft clip and barely touch it because you don't want it to interfere with your scissor. Now you're going to fringe as close as you can and going about halfway up, just like that. If the clip starts to get in your way, you might have to move it. So now you see how our center is coming together. I'm just going to unfold it using an 18 gauge wire, and I got these off of Amazon. So I want to secure this real good, because if the center of your flower starts to get loose, your whole flower ends up trashed, and nothing is more frustrating than that. So I really only start with that one, but I'm twisting it very tightly. And every once in a while, I'll just put a little glue there. Now the trick is we want the edge to always be level. We want it to stay as level as we can to the layer before it. I know it looks like the bottom is not level, but my fringe is, and that's what matters. Now when I get to the end, I want to make sure this is not going to come off my stem whatsoever. So I am going to put some hot glue all around here and let that dry. This is our daisy center. Now, as I was saying, if this isn't yellow enough, or it's not the right shade, or maybe you just want a little bit more accent to it, you can do that. And I like to do it after, because it just gets the edge. Look at that. You just put it exactly where you want it. Kind of looks a little like a little pollen. Make as many daisy centers as you need. Get as creative as you can with your markers and your fringing. So I cut my paper into strips. First I was separating them by color, thinking each color should be a distinct flower, but they're so close that I think I'm going to leave them all in one bin and just mix them all into the same, because I think the mix of the colors is going to make the flower have a lot more dimension. Once you have all the petals cut out, you're going to also cut out all your strips of leaves. And these are tricky leaves because of all the points on them. So just start cutting strips, and it should work out that every other will fit by alternating. Then once you've been cut out, you can actually do 2 or 3 at a time, just by holding your stems together and making sure that they are lined up. Put the pattern right on top. You'll definitely need a craft clip for this, just to hold that piece in place. And then I just go for it. I start at the top. It's always better to cut into the centers. And just switch your clip. Finish it off. I do like to tape these right away before I start treating the leaves. And then don't worry about down here. Give it one little spritz of water, just to get it a little soft and pliable so you don't rip it. And kind of pinch it all to the stem. And we're just going to tape it. And that little tab of your the bottom of the leaf there is going to keep it attached to your stem. Just like that. Sometimes your wire will come loose. That's okay, just push it up as high as it'll go. It'll find its path that it had originally been glued in, and just tape it and it will stay. And this leaf is not going anywhere. So I want to show you how I'm treating the petals for the daisy. I have a rubber mat with a piece of foam underneath, and I just give them a little spritz, and then using the smallest fondant tool, I go very lightly around the edges, and then I just keep going up and down the middle. And you can keep going as far as you want. You can also have some, really shrivel up. I like letting the paper do what it wants, because you can always come back and kind of straighten it back up. I'm going to treat the leaves the same way, a little spritz. I do that on both sides. And then again, I'm using the smaller fondant tool because I want some real curl on the edges of these. And then you can even go back on the other side if you wanted a couple of them to curl out this way. You can do that. Okay, it is time for this daisy to bloom. So grab one of the centers that you made, and you're gonna need your hot glue gun. I'm using a very small tip because I don't like a lot of hot glue. And then you're literally where the end of the center is where you're gonna put pretty much the end of the petal, because you wanna hide this. So you're gonna put the petal right up, and you're gonna make them go next to each other without overlapping. So right next to each other, but no overlap. And do that all the way around. I ended up mixing the 3 colors because I just thought it would add dimension. So I'm just randomly picking whichever of the 3 shades of whitish yellow comes up. And once you have one row, go around and cover the cracks. I like to press where I want the base of the petal, and then I like to pull so that I know it's going in the right area between the 2 that I want it to. So I'm pressing here and making sure it's in the right place. So now I've gone around 2 times, but now when I look at it, and if I see a spot that I feel like I'd want another one, like maybe right here, but when you start doing that, it's hard to stop, because then you're gonna start seeing other holes. So once you have that done, out of extra of the paper from the leaves, I cut some. They're pretty much the exact petal shape, but I made these just to hang right below the petals. So I'll show you how I'm doing that. So the thing is, you want to glue some to the wire, because that's where you're going to tape. And then you'll have a really nice thin stem. And again, I'm just putting these a little overlapping, but not very much, and squeezing just below that center. And now to finish this off, you're going to want to tape down the stem and add your leaves. But the leaves to the daisy really kind of start halfway down the stem. When I'm ready to add a second leaf, I'm just going to cut the stem off, the extra wire, so that I have the same diameter stem going down. Otherwise, with each leaf, your stem is going to get wider and wider. Okay, so I'm going to add one more leaf here. So this is one of the finished daisies. And here are our finished Oxeye Daisies. I'm happy with how they came out. This is the first time I've made the white daisy with the yellow center. My intention was really to use these for for networking and meeting and greeting. I like to have these little packets ready, and I think 2 daisies in each packet would be really cute. And these are bags that are, I think, advertised as for wine bottle size. And I just like to tie a little ribbon around the end, and I just run it through with my business card on it. I like to keep these in my car, and when I meet someone or want to say a special thank you to someone, or I'm at the hairdresser, always sharing joy. What can I say? So I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Don't forget to subscribe so you know next time I drop a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your comments. They're really appreciated. I hope I'm igniting your creativity. Keep it up. Let's keep blooming together. Have a great week.